Gordon, how are you doing?
Hey, Lucian, I'm doing very well, thank you. How about you, my buddy?
I'm doing good, doing good. Thanks so much, man. It was a fantastic weekend. So yes, I'm excited to actually be doing this call with you. And thanks so much for availing yourself.
No, that's absolutely no problem. I think I also owe it to the community to give a little bit of feedback about all the excitement surrounding NFTs. As you know, it's a relatively new thing. So yeah, let's share some ideas with the community and the family.
Oh yes, fantastic, fantastic stuff. And I really want to express my gratitude for you to actually be open to share this with the community. So once again, guys, welcome to this interview. And I'm here with Gordon, a very good friend of mine, who is actually going to share a bit of his short journey in the NFT space. Now, before we get to the meat, Gordon, just tell us a bit about yourself, please.
Wow, where do I start? It's quite a long one, but just for the record, I'm obviously South African. I live in Durban, South Africa. But I did move to Thailand back in 2010, where I lived up until earlier this year. I came back for a wedding. And here I am, due to the pandemic. I'm still kind of stuck in Durban. I'm dying to go back to Thailand. Obviously, that's where I belong. I believe I belong there. So yes, here I am well, it's a rainy Durban today. Yesterday and the weekend was pretty warm. And in fact, Friday was damn hot. But yeah, here I am and enjoying life. And of course, the journey with the NFTs.
Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. We're also having a bit of rain here. Basically the same weather. Over the weekend, we had a fantastic weekend. In fact, I took 3 days off from work. In fact, 4 after one another since Thursday. So last week it was about a bit on reading, etc. And actually just learning how to actually take this global. So we have already gone global, but we know that there are still many corners on the globe that we should actually still get to. So Gordon, before you got into NFTs, what is your profession? What were you doing?
Lucian, I worked in the oil and gas sector, and the last 16 years of my career, I worked abroad. The oil and gas sector takes you to not necessarily the nicest places, but certainly it takes you around the world. I mean, I've worked in places like Nigeria, Angola, Mozambique, and South Korea. Obviously, having also worked for the Sasol Group in South Africa, which really gave me the grounding. And, from there, once the international doors opened, it was really project hopping from one project to the other with some big international oil and gas companies. So I called it quits in June of 2019. I was getting tired of this flying every 28 days. The nice thing about working in the oil and gas sector, back in the day, and I think those days are now gone, we used to work what we call a 28-28. So you work for 28 days and you go home for 28 days.
Nice.
So, essentially in a calendar year, you're only working 6 months of the year. So it was fantastic. I mean, I had a great innings, 30 to 31 years in oil and gas. So I finally hung my boots up in June of 19 and just been enjoying the retired life.
Awesome.
And of course, cryptos and of late, NFTs.
Oh, yes. I can still remember when I was actually, when I came on your page and I wanted to know who is this Gordon Passive. So you are all about actually acquiring passive income, etc. So speed up to 2021. A few weeks or is the month or so ago, I reached out to you, or you reached out to me. I can't remember so nicely, but I told you that this is the time to actually get into NFTs. Some time has gone by. So just share with us how has your experience gone up until now?
Wow, it's been amazing. I mean, I saw in one of the videos a Zoom call that I attended earlier, the guy pointed that away, and I think that's what the NFTs have done for us since I got involved with you. NFTs was it's a topic I kind of knew the basics about, but not completely up to speed. But of course, you know, since you introduced us to the NFT space, and one thing I got to emphasize is the training modules that you have. Man, I really like it because you've taken the fluff out and you've just concentrated on, you know, quite often when you do a course, there's so much fluff and there's so much language and technical explanations that eventually you just get so confused. So, you know, the NFT journey has been absolutely amazing. And thanks to your teachings and your guidance, well, I don't know, we're looking for an accelerated retirement.
Oh yes, oh, yes. I like what you actually shared, because that was one of the main goals. So I'm also basically in a program where I also learn on a daily basis. Therefore, I took 2 days off last week to read this specific book, to just learn how do I actually bring across a message that a 6-year-old will be able to understand, as well as a 65-year-old or a 60-year-old will be able to understand. And I'm so, and now I don't feel so guilty for taking 2 days off in the week, because it definitely helps to be able to explain something that others think it's very technical, and being able to explain it so anyone out there can understand. Now, Gordon, how long did it take you to go from understanding a bit about what it is about to, and then going through my training? How long did it take you to actually take action?
Well, that was pretty quick, really. I expected to be busy with those training modules for 2 or 3 days, but it was under an hour. I think it was like 55 minutes, and I was on a WhatsApp message with you. And I think by 60 minutes, we were already purchasing my first NFT. So let's call it an hour from zero to hero almost.
No, definitely, that definitely.
And sorry, Luciano, I got to add this. You know, you say you had, or not that you had to, but you wanted to read this book to help you explain to a 6-year-old. Well, you've already got that knack, because you made up these training modules before you read the book. So
Oh yeah.
well done. I mean, it's as I said earlier, you know, there's absolutely no fluff in here. There's no technical jargon that can cause confusion. It's straightforward, and that the man in the street can understand, even a guy like me.
Definitely. No, I appreciate you actually emphasizing that, and at the same time, I continue to learn, because we can always find better ways out there. So you are in the game for around about 30 days. When I sent you a message yesterday, hi buddy. In fact, you are up over $3,000 for this 30 days. How does it feel to be in retirement and still be able to do these things?
Well, and you know, you mentioned earlier, I kind of coined the phrase Gordon passive, because I'm not a kind of guy to be sitting behind a computer every day. And as you well know, I've always been looking for opportunities where there's a passive income. And well, yeah, we are. I mean, $3,000 since I joined. I mean, that's a pretty decent profit in anyone's language, whether you a retired person or a working person. You know, in the South African currency, that's 45,000 rand.
Oh, yeah.
That adds up to a lot. And yeah, I'll definitely treat myself to a little weekend down the coast or somewhere, maybe in the mountains or something. But yeah, fantastic. It's been an awesome, fantastic journey so far. Let it continue.
Oh, yes. No, we're just basically getting started. So once again, it's been an absolute pleasure actually working with you. And in fact, a person doesn't have to have any experience in this field. However, the person needs to obviously be coachable to actually follow the steps, because I can't take the credit. You had to invest that 1 hour to go through the training, because if you didn't invest that 1 hour and go through the training, you wouldn't have been able to achieve this. So congratulations.
It's a small price to pay.
Oh yes, oh yes. Now, another thing that I one of my goals in my coaching programs is that the person, when let's say they fork out $100 for my program, they should be able to make back $1,000. If the person forks out $1,000, then they should be able to make back a $10,000. So they must be able to 10x their money. So it's not money out of pocket, but it's learning a skill and how to make that 10 times and more. How do you feel about what you've paid to be part of this program, and what you actually got out of it?
Wow. No, look, it was, I'm almost prepared to say it was for free. The education that I got was almost for free. But at the same token, I know where your heart sits, and, you know, you've made it very affordable for the man in the street to join. You know, most of these programs that we join internationally are dollar-based. But I think you've pretty much pitched it at the South African market to start with. But
Yes.
yeah, I know you can't continue at that price, because really it's absolutely dirt cheap. And I'm lucky that I was one of the early birds that I got on board quickly and soon. But you know, no matter what you charge for that training, obviously within reason,
Yes.
I think it's absolutely worth it, because it's an investment in oneself, and you know, the future looks great, man.
Awesome stuff. So Gordon, I'm not going to keep you very long anymore. I know that you are retired, you enjoy your free time, and the reason why you got this program was actually for you to be able to not sit the entire day in front of a computer, but invest an hour to here and there. So in saying that, do you have any last comments that you'd like to share, especially towards the person that is actually watching this and who's sitting on the fence and not sure whether this will work for them?
Yeah, thank you, Lucian. You know, I think in life, opportunities come and opportunities go. And I've been a fence setter myself for years with many different programs in the past. But, you know, I'd urge everyone in obviously in our own community who haven't started the journey yet, to take the bull by the horns. I mean, it's really, when I say it's an hour's worth of easy learning, I mean that. And, you know, make that decision and get on board, because, and I'm not saying this because I'm promoting Lucian, or I'm promoting anything special. The reality is NFTs are here to stay. And if you look at what people are paying for CyberKongs, I was actually just on the Google last night. CyberKong was sold 10 days ago today for $631,000. That's the most expensive CyberKong, and I mean, that's only one of the NFTs in the marketplace. So, you know, now's the time to get on board and ride this wave, because we're still early. We're still very, very early. So get on board. The sooner the better. Let's take this thing to the moon.
Definitely, definitely. So once again, thank you. And speaking of CyberKongs, in fact, to actually get your hands on a CyberKong back in the day, it used to be less than $10. And today it's over $600,000. So
why didn't we know about it then?
So yes, it's definitely important to actually take action as soon as you obviously understand things. So the only way how you're going to understand something this new so fast, in my opinion, will obviously be to find someone who actually have already mastered that. So once again, thank you so much, Gordon. And I'm looking forward to actually having you back in 6 months or so, and sharing the rest of your journey. So thank you so much, and thank you for being here.
I can't wait, Lucian. Thank you very much for the journey so far, and we've only just started. So yes, let's continue the good work. Thank you very much, my brother.
Hey guys, I want to thank you for tuning into this interview and give you the opportunity to go on a one-on-one call with myself. So above or below, you will find a tab that says Become a Client. So when you click on there, then you will find my schedule and you will be able to book a Zoom call. You will immediately get a Zoom link to your email address that you have given us. and we will go on a call on the day and time that you chose. So when you book this call, please make sure that you are on the other side, because I will definitely be there on the other side waiting for you and seeing how we can actually assist you in this. So there are many opportunities in the NFT space. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Cybercoms went from where they were a couple of dollars to now being hundreds of thousands of dollars. And recently we actually got into a likewise project that has the same potential, and you can actually get in for the cheap. So in saying that, I'm looking forward to you. Go to the tab, click on become a client, book a call with me. Let's go on that call and let's see how we can help you to actually position yourself in this space. So when it takes off, then you have positioned yourself to obviously benefit from it. Thanks so much. I'm out, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the Zoom call.